My interest is research has been done by the Vets History Workshop about the origins of Mtwena. Now, sometimes where you have no written archives, what do you rely on? Oral, which may be distorted sometimes, because people who testify, or well, why was this place called Juliwe? No, there was a Shebeen queen called Juliwe, and you cannot retrieve people, the first residents of Mtwena, if you haven't got these records, someone to join the dots here and say, okay, here's the trail here. Yeah. Now, others would say, no, well, there was this superintendent who bought, coming up with stories, but those things have got to be verified. Oral testimonies must be verified, whether they are authenticity and accuracy. Even with the speculation that I've got, it's still got to be verified. Or is it true? But I think I've got something here. Because if you'd ask, people from Juliwe, you had this Durban Deep mine where you have Ram Fisher now. That was Durban Deep property. Then there was another one, Randlis is called Bankis. The history is there. Now, some of these documents are inaccessible. Now, people like Garth Pennyworth went to De Beers, these diamond people who were busy in Kimberley at the time. The company records there. A lot of information was retrieved there pertaining to these camps, especially the black ones. Now, I believe these two mines, if somebody would go to their archives, would unearth some and or the Chamber of Mines in Joburg. Then after the determination of the origins of this you would now go to the civil administration, where you have town council. The place is declared a location now, coming this way. Then we tolerate surveying, with people being allocated stands now, and the whole township being beaconed, and finally, you find places like maybe Kliptown, which was the first in Johannesburg. That's how these things evolved. Maybe later we'll come to the society that, in terms of education, and in terms of how did these people go by, the day-to-day struggles, so on, and you can see it more with this work here, Garth Pennyworth, about these concentrations, where they unearthed a lot of information pertaining to these camps that were there around Kimberley.
Are you saying a similar method could be used for Juliwe?
Yes, and not necessarily Juliwe. There are many others along the Witwatersrand, especially along the railway. Because my point is, the history of these concentration camps is so vital, because to me, it's a gap. it's a gap, and there's been slow work on these things, which of course research needs funding, needs that, needs expertise, and yeah.